Hi, today we're going to learn how to create the watermark on your image using your logo, as well as how to create the action in order to obviously perform all the resizing and applying of the watermark at any time later on when you're going to have a bunch of images with one single click. Okay, so first of all, what you're going to have, we're going to have a folder with some images. We're going to have our image, which will be transparent, and the output folder. First of all, we're going to deal with our image. Because it's in a color, we need to have it black and white, or at least grayscale. So we're going to drag the image onto the Photoshop, or simply open it in the Photoshop if you're on Windows. Now what we're going to do is open the adjustment panel and click on this black and white icon here. So that applies this black and white layer on top of the image. Now what we need to do is merge these two, and here we go. Our logo is now in a grayscale. So save it. That's all done. We can close it. Our logo is now ready. The next thing, let's drag one of the images onto the Photoshop. And with the image, we're going to start by creating the new action. So we go into the Actions panel. If you can't see the Actions tab in the Actions in the panel here, go to the window and select the actions here from a menu. Now, this isn't going to be falling within the default actions, so we're going to create a new folder, call it Custom Actions. Hit OK. Now, inside of the Custom Actions folder, we're going to create a new action called Watermark. Now, click on Record, and as you can see, this recording button is now red, so we can close it for now and start basically creating our action. So we go to the file. First of all, we want to resize the image. We want to fit the dimensions, whether it's height or width, depending on whether the image is horizontal or vertical, within 400 pixels. So the longest edge of the image will be no more than 400 pixels. So now click on OK. Image has resized. Next thing is to obviously apply the watermark. So we go into File, Open. We navigate to our folder with the logo. Click on the file itself. Hit Open. Now with the logo file open, Command or Control A on Windows, Command C on Mac, and on Windows obviously Control C to copy and paste it on top of our image. Now double click on the image layer to unlock it. Click OK. Now Command or Control and click on Windows, which selects the entire area of the image. Now select the layer with the logo, center it, and align it to the bottom. Now Command or Control D to deselect it. Now what I want to do is to place the logo. The bottom edge is going to be around this height. That's fine. Now using the arrows on your keyboard, just move the logo to this position, and this is the position all of the watermarks going to be placed at, whether it's vertical or horizontal. Now that we have it placed on the image the way we want it, obviously the last thing is to change the opacity. I'm going to change it to about 33%. As you can see, it goes semi-transparent, which is fine. Now we're going to File, Save for Web and Devices. I want this obviously to be JPEG because these are bitmaps. Quality you can play with to make sure that this is the optimized one, actually, obviously, so to make sure that obviously the quality is still good, that we're not losing too much of the details here. I think that 56% is absolutely fine. Now hit OK. Obviously you cannot see on this video the buttons. I'm just going to hit Enter to save it. And now I'm going to the Downloads output folder, wherever I want to save my file. Click on Save. That's all done. Now I can close this file. Don't save the changes, and close this one. Don't save changes either. I'm opening my Actions panel and stopping the action, as all the tasks have been already completed. So now we have a new action called Watermark. What we want to do now, I'm going back to our folder, check our output. The image, hey, looks the way we wanted it. It's 400 pixels, about 266. Excellent. Now I'm going to remove this image, because what we're going to be doing, we're going to call this action in order to execute the same thing on all of these images inside of the Images folder. So going back to the Photoshop, go to the File, Automate, and Batch. Now we start with selecting which obviously action we want. We want the Custom Actions Set and Action Watermark. We want the source images to come from a folder, and we navigate to this folder, which is right, it's our images. So choose That's fine. We leave all the other checkboxes unchecked. Then destination, we can do nothing. We can save and close, and we can save them to the folder. I want to save them to the folder. Again, I'm going to select the output folder, which is fine. Choose. Now, we leave everything else as it is. So the document name will stay the same and the extension will stay the same. I want compatibility for all of the platforms. So Windows, Mac OS X, and Unix. Now, click on OK button. And as you can see, the action is executing. All these images are going to be converted and saved inside of the output folder. So now that all these actions have been executed, we can close this full actions panel and then go to our output folder. As you can see, all of our images now have the watermark. If we go to the vertical ones, all of them, they have the watermark at the same position, centered obviously on the image. So that's everything in the series. Hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, give us a shout.